Always wanted to be in medicine. My mother was a neonatal nurse. When I used to visit her on a unit, it was always something that I was interested in being in. Always had that passion and helping people. What kept me up mostly is trying to meet every patient's needs at that very moment. All patients think that they're the only ones that you care for.
So you have to learn the boundaries. Is that
You
what?
have to learn the boundary. That's what
I get
changed the game for me. There's a reason why patients pass by to come here. Whatever that reason is, we have to make sure we deliver everything that we need to deliver to them, and they just want to keep coming back. Finding those
the
little
workflows?
the workflow that makes it a well-oiled machine. That is the biggest challenge. But that's a forever thing, right? We still go through those challenges. Just make
Yes.
sure that everybody is on point with getting the patient's needs met. Start in the community. Sometimes if you don't have a lot of patients, you can send out postcards to say, hey, I'm here. Allow them to come and meet you and see who you are. Just letting your presence be known that you're there.
Yeah. Welcome to Unsung, the podcast powered by Duet, where we shine a light on the nurse practitioners who are breaking barriers, redefining healthcare, and proving that NPs aren't just the future, we're the now. I'm Dr. E, and in each episode, we'll uncover the untold stories of NPs across the country who are changing lives with their practices, making a real impact in their communities. Today on Unsung, we're spotlighting a nurse practitioner who built her own lane in one of the toughest markets in the country, New York City. Dr. Sophie Brown, founder of Family NP Healthcare Services in Flushing, didn't just open up a clinic, she claimed her independence. After more than a decade in practice, she wanted the freedom to truly be in charge of her patients' health, to deliver care without bureaucracy, burnout, or compromise. Since 2019, she's been serving adults across a lifespan with a simple mission: to put primary care back in the hands of people who actually listen. Dr. Brown, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to hear your story. So what I first want to do before we get to the business part is find out what made you decide to become a nurse practitioner.
When I was in school, I had gone and started off with my bachelor's, always in medicine. I always wanted to be in medicine. My mother was a neonatal nurse. When I used to visit her on a unit, it was always something that I was interested in being in. I was like, at that time, I was like, oh, you get paid to babysit kids? This is nice, you know? But I did enjoy just being on a NICU with her. And I decided this is the career that I wanted. I always had that passion and helping people. So when I started in medicine initially and was going down that trajectory. But then I said, you know what? I wanted to, I guess, not sacrifice as much as I had started to, and said, let me get to a place where I can simultaneously have family and my career and just um be happy in doing
Yeah.
that. So I always respected the nursing field, so went into that. I loved it. Kept going with that and then just decided to just go to the next level.
Oh, I love that so much. I wonder if mom appreciated that you thought that she was babysitting kids. She was like, that's so funny. So you became a nurse practitioner, and I'm sure at first you worked for someone else, especially here in New York. We need that time. What was that aha moment when you realized, okay, I got to do this on my own? What happened?
I think it was just I was the patients. So initially when I started working right out of school, I was working at a primary care setting 1 day a week. And that's just always been my niche. No
Mhm.
matter what I did, I've done ER, I've done urgent care, rehab facilities, dialysis, but primary care has always been my niche. So no matter for the last 11 years, no matter what other discipline I did, I stayed in primary care.
Mhm.
And after working with this doctor, shout out to Dr. Mehta, he was a nephrologist that I had met when I was in Kingsbrook, and he was there throughout the entire time training me and everything.
Love.
But after that, I actually worked for health and hospital systems in Brooklyn, and then they essentially gave me a location to kind of run.
Oh,
Because
wow.
so they had one location that was attached to Brooklyn Hospital, another location that was on 150th Street in Brooklyn, And essentially that was your location. That was my location to kind of run. So I had my staff there and I was still under the doctor, of course, but it was just, wow, I'm loving this. I'm loving the autonomy that I have here. I love what I'm able to do and how I'm able to provide for the patients. And the loyalty of the patients have,
Yes.
like, you develop such a relationship with them personally, um, and professionally, and when they come to you, they're looking for you. So, that was that after that transition, it was even though I went to worked for someone else, it was still a thought process of mine that I could do this.
Oh, I love that. So, okay, but then at what point did you actually do it? So it's great. It sounds like you had a really good training ground, but
Mhm.
what actually inspired you to take that leap?
I think it was the opportunity that was presented to me at the time. So, shout out to the doctor that I worked for, Dr. Lando, who was retiring at the time.
Oh, that's the part I missed. So
Yeah.
eventually he phased out
This is a
and
different doctor. This is the one that I had gone to after I did the health and hospital
oh,
system.
okay. So you had
Uh,
health hospital system where it felt like your own spot.
Correct, in
And
Brooklyn.
and then
And
an
I went to
opportunity is
work.
presented to you and you're like, you could really do this as your own.
Right. So it was like, well, you're seeing the patient because he was a allergist. And since I was doing like primary care internal medicine, he wanted me to solely focus on that. He really didn't want to see those patients as much anymore. He wanted
Mhm.
to focus on his specialty practice, which was allergy. So here I am, I'm seeing the patients, building a rapport with them, building, this kind of health relationship with them,
Right.
professional provider patient relationship with them. And then after that, when he decided to retire, here goes this extensive patient network that I've already built such a rapport with.
Oh, I love that
So
so
that
much.
was, yeah.
So you kinda transit you didn't have to wake up one morning and say, "I'm jumping." You kinda got
No,
to
it
ease
wasn't
into it.
nail right. It wasn't hammer to nail on the
Yeah.
door. Like, "Hello, come see me." It
Help
was
me.
definitely a transition, although a very scary one, right? Because
Yeah.
when you're even whether you're doing nail to door or you're taking over a practice that someone else has been leading the charge for like 30 something years, you're nervous about those patients
Sure.
understanding your value and you bringing that to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. So
So it's like, are
eventually
they gonna stay? Are they
are
gonna
they gonna
leave?
yeah, yeah, that's for sure. I've taken over 3 practices and there's always this part like, "Are you coming with me or are you going somewhere else?" Um, so eventually you kind of transitioned and it became your own and now you're solely responsible for everything. How many years ago was that?
5.
5 years ago, and so that means, like, everything's on your name, you're the last signature, in that first year when it became your baby, what was the thing that kept you up at night?
I think trying to definitely, I thought I wasn't gonna have any life, to be honest with you. When I first took
Mm,
over, I didn't think I was gonna have any life. I was like, this is gonna be I'm not gonna have anything going on
all-consuming.
for me personally for 3 years. Family, you have to understand that I am now this is mine, so I have to pour so much into this. So what kept me up mostly is trying to meet every patient's needs at that very moment because
Oh, wow, no.
they all imagine, right? All patients think that they're the only ones that you care for.
Right, right, right.
It's a thing, right?
So you have
Everybody wants that individual attention right now.
so you had to
And
learn the boundaries, is that
you
what
have
the
to learn the boundary. That's what
I get
changed the game for me.
so for you, it was really because it was for some of our, guests and duet members, it's really the thing that keeps them up at night is how do I get patients? How do I pay the bills? But with you it was kinda up and running, so for you, it was almost like too much. It's too much. So your thing was like, how do I establish boundaries? How do I
Right.
answer call? Are they really gonna call me at midnight and all that, I imagine.
Right.
Is that the thing?
Absolutely. What is the because you don't also want to leave out anything to kind of chance, right?
Of
So I want
course.
to make sure that I'm taking care of the patients, which is like it is the thing that I make sure that happens, that I'm completely thorough within the time frame that I have with that patient. So
Yeah.
when I go home at night, I can lay my head down and I know
Amen.
I'm not going over notes like, oh my God, what did I
What
forget?
I miss,
Oh
what I miss.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Amen to that. Oh, I love that so much. So, what has changed in, let's just say, year 1 to year 5 in your practice besides number of patients?
I would say it's a smoother running practice. right?
Okay.
And the staff is like, it's paramount. Like finding good
Everything.
people is everything. So the I would say understanding the culture,
Yes.
understanding the culture of them, having them understand our culture, but making sure our culture is something that they forever want to be a part of.
Yeah.
So that's like from the door. Like your attitude has to be right from the door. It can't be the front staff is nasty, the front staff is bad, and then, oh, but you're a great provider. Because that's
Sure, sure.
exactly what they will
They will
essentially
say,
write
they will
about. They
let you
would say
know.
it.
They
Right.
will let you know. Was it an interesting transition? I know for me, one of the many transitions we go through as we get through business is this transition from being super clinically minded. Because when you work for someone else, it's like, I really have to focus on my patients. But now you have to focus on the team. What does it mean to be a leader? Suddenly you have to worry about like office policy and all these things. How was that transition for you?
Yeah, so that's always a thing, right? So when I was actually in nursing, there were many opportunities for leadership positions.
Hmm.
I said, "Nah, that's not me. I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I'll stay on the
Give you
clinical
my
side
patience.
forever. I just give me the patients. I don't want to deal with staffing. I don't want to deal with the issues.
And now here they
They
come.
can't come up. They can't come to work today. I have to find somebody else. They want, I didn't want to deal with the administrative part of it.
Admin is the biggest piece.
It is the biggest piece. So what I've noticed is that I've had them say, listen, there's a reason why the patients come here. We respect that. We make sure that the doctor down the block, this to the left of us, to the right of us, um, are there, but there's a reason why patients pass by to come here.
Right.
Whatever that reason is, if it's just simply blood draw, we have to make sure we deliver everything that we need to deliver to them in an atmosphere, in a way, personally, and just where they're comfortable and they just want to keep coming back.
For sure. Without question. That's the
So I
most
think
important.
I hope I answered that question. So that clinical part
Yeah.
into the
It was
business part
more
is just
uh,
making sure that
yeah,
the culture.
yeah. It was more about your personal transition, like, was that a difficult transition for you to understand that you're not just a clinician anymore, and now you're admin?
No, not really, but, when you do work with great staff and things don't go as nicely, it does weigh on you when it comes to the necessary need to do, like, disciplinary action or stuff like that. That
Yeah.
does weigh on you, so, yeah.
It does,
'Cause you're
absolutely.
still working with those same people and
Yes.
understanding their circumstances, but needing to make sure that the business aspect is taken care of. It doesn't hit the same way all the time.
Absolutely. What's a typical day like for you, now as a practice owner?
Um, a typical day is going to work, so we have to start on time. Sometimes we start at 8 o'clock. Sometimes there's 4 or 5 patients waiting.
Mhm.
And it's just like it is one patient after the other. It's extremely busy. We see about 45, upwards of 50, 60 patients sometimes for that day. We have a 12-hour shift going. So making sure the staff are taken care of and the staff are supported, but making sure everything needs to get done. Um, and working everything in the workflow, making sure that the place has been set up from the night before and that, we're seeing the patients and we're getting them in, of course, being thorough when we're there. Um, and one thing that we have to always work on is like when we see them, I would say our part is making sure that they have a follow-up to come back.
Sure.
Sometimes they just like, "Okay, thank you, I'll walk out I'll call," and
Mhm.
having that follow-up to make sure they have the follow-up, but yeah,
So a
just
typical day for you is just coming in, doing clinical. How many days a week do you do that clinically?
um, 3 days a week mostly,
3 12-hour shifts?
3 12-hour shifts, and then I have one other, a Monday that I work every other Monday, 2 Mondays a month and 2 Sundays a month.
Okay, do you have another NP on the other days, or is
Yes,
it
on a
just
Sunday.
on a
So,
Sunday?
someone that was a student of mine,
Nice.
and that's another part of my day, it's just having the students there, training the students, having them, see patients as well, and start to work on their autonomy and their confidence in the clinical arena.
I love that so much. What strategies have you found to be the most effective for attracting and retaining patients?
For attracting patients, I have used ZocDoc. I did
Mhm.
go on ZocDoc. That was a big thing for me. Like, somebody kept telling me, "Just get on ZocDoc, just get on ZocDoc," and I was just like,
I love ZocDoc. I use it all the time.
yeah, I was just like, ah, and it was like, "No, get on it." And when I got on it,
It's immediate.
it is immediate and it's
Yeah.
organic, and the
Yes.
ratings that went up, the, reviews had gone up into,
Mhm.
like, the 500s, and I
Yeah.
was just like, "Wow," and then a lot of people started booking themselves, especially millennials who are looking online,
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
so it was
They
really
don't
good.
wanna call.
No, they
Yeah.
wanna book theirself, so it is actually an awesome platform.
I agree with you so much.
Mhm.
Every time I've tried I'm 12 years in business, every time I'm like, "Maybe I should take a break from it," is immediately noticed. So I don't do that
That's a
anymore.
difference, yes,
Yeah.
you will,
Yeah,
yes, and
absolutely.
that's just organically, so I don't really go through
Right.
marketing. I don't do
Right.
marketing, um, and then it's word of mouth. Word of mouth is a big thing. That's why it's so important that the culture that you establish within the practice makes such a difference to the
Absolutely.
peoples because it's I'm seeing you and I might not get paid much for this visit, but you are inviting, "Oh, my cousin is here." A lot of times my patients tell me, "I got my whole family here seeing you."
Yeah,
See
exactly
my
right.
cousin last week, I'll be like, "Who?" And they're like, "Yeah." It's so many. It's
It's
so
so nice. I love that so much. Um, what's one thing you've learned on this journey these past 5 years that you would love to, include other NPs listening?
one thing that I've always encouraged my students that are there is always make sure you have that primary care foundation. The learning curve to get into from school into your own space of autonomy is pretty short. So make sure you have the great training. Make sure you stay motivated to learn. Make sure you do self learning, not look to be coddled through the entire process.
Right.
Make sure you do self learning and, you know, get on that journey that is going to help you to become efficient and just, proficient in what you do.
Yes.
That you can function at the highest level of your education that you've gone for. So you don't end
Absolutely.
up going back like to the bedside and,
Yes.
you know,
Absolutely. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in these past 5 years?
I would say is initially maintaining a way that just makes the thing like a well-oiled machine. Finding those
The
little the
workflows.
workflow that makes it a well-oiled machine, where we're not having to apologize to patients for dropping the ball, you know what I
Yes.
mean? So it's just that is the biggest challenge, but that's a forever thing, right?
It's never
Always
ending.
it's never ending. Making sure we don't miss deadlines. If a patient is going for surgery, if a patient is going, we are on point with calling back patients and making sure they get their reports if they've come like a week ago and gotten blood drawn and stuff like that. That it's just a forever thing. That's the same thing we still go through those challenges. Just make
Yes.
sure that everybody is on point with getting the patient's needs met.
Yeah. Systems are really important because you don't think about it when you have, like, 10, 20 patients. You're like, "Okay, whatever. I'm gonna remember to call Mr. Brown back," you know? But once you go into the hundreds and the thousands, if you don't have good
That's
systems, the
right.
whole thing falls apart, and then you're like, "Oh," you get blindsided. So systems and continuously managing the systems, I agree with you, is really
Yes.
important. So outside of, like, knowing primary care, which is the advice you gave earlier, specifically, our audience is specifically for NPs who own their own practice.
Mhm.
So what's the best piece of advice you would give to an NP out there who's either thinking of opening her practice, maybe in the beginning stages of her practice? What is your advice for her?
I would say start working on um your systems. That's it. It's your it go on ZocDoc. It was a game changer for me.
Yep.
Where you'll start to have your reviews. Those patients will come to you organically without you having to do a lot of marketing. Start in the community. Sometimes, if you don't have a lot of patients, you can send out like little note postcards to
Mhm.
say, "Hey, I'm here." You can have like in the summertime, if you wanted to do a little mini community event right in front of your practice where you just do blood
Mm.
pressures and
Nice.
allow them to come and meet you and see who you are. You could do that, especially if you're paying for a facility that you're at, right?
Right.
Um,
Might as well
just
use it.
you might as well use it. Come outside on the sidewalk, let them know I'm here. Um, get a sign. I had a sign at one time, right? And I put it outside the door. It's like a metal sign, and it just was sitting on the sidewalk. Let them know we're doing COVID swabs, we're doing this, we're doing that. Just letting your presence be known that you're there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
once you start seeing one patient here, um, word of mouth would be a big thing. But make sure the insurances is a big thing. Try to get as many panels as possible.
All right. So your advice is get on a lot of insurances, do some community things, and get on ZocDoc.
Yeah.
I love that. What are your goals for your practice in the next few years?
Definitely to expand to a larger location.
Nice.
I do feel like I am in a place of humble beginnings, which I'm definitely grateful for. No slack or shade to where I am, but I do think that we're growing and require like a larger space. I do
Love
want
that.
to expand on different things. One thing I always wanted to do was like IV hydration at a point in time. Like in the beginning, when I started 5 years ago, I had business cards, and the business cards on the back said coming soon this, and it's 5 years later and I have not done that. So
Yeah.
I do think that if I had the opportunity to expand the location and have room to still do clinical plus these other health and wellness endeavors, I think that would pretty much allow me to have a different trajectory going forward.
Oh, I love that so much. All right, so let's do a few questions. These questions are just about you, nothing about the practice. What's a fun or surprising fact that most patients or colleagues don't know about you?
I love to skate.
To skate?
Yes, to
Like
roller skate.
ice skate or roller skate?
I'm a roller skater.
Hey, wait, 4 wheels or blade?
4 wheel.
Nice, old school.
Dancing, rolling, twirling, spinning.
Nice. Did you used to go to the skate rinks
Um,
back in the day or no?
I did.
Okay,
Then I fell off.
okay.
And then my sister took me to the skating rink at 21 for my birthday. She surprised me. And then after that, we were hooked.
That's it. How often do you go? I'm dead right now.
2 days a week.
Be quiet.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's amazing. There's
Well,
skating
after
rinks
one of my 12-hour shifts.
Yeah. No, wait, hold on. There's still skating rinks?
Yes.
No
In,
way.
yes, in Massapequa with adult nights, so no kids.
What?
Mhm.
Okay.
Adult nights on
You heard it
Mondays.
here first on this podcast.
On
You have a
Mondays
whole
and
bunch of
Thursdays.
NPs running.
It's amazing. I mean, you know how a lot of things are just seasonal.
Yeah.
Not this. This is all year round. So if you're ever looking for a place to go, here's live music.
Wow.
And just the energy, that the vibes that are there.
Yeah.
Some people just come there and just rock out for the music.
For the music.
Sound. That's it. Because it's
Mm.
live DJ there. It's amazing. I love
Oh my god. Okay, good to know. Now I'm gonna be this next thing I'm gonna do is Google that.
it. United States of America in Massapequa.
Oh, okay, I love that.
And then they opened up one in Xanadu in Brooklyn.
Okay. So I see you go to all of them, I see.
I have the one in Jersey as well. I have, but my most one I go to is locally, which is the one in Massapequa.
Love that. That is awesome. Okay, if you weren't an NP, what would you be doing?
I think my next endeavor in life would be like probably real estate because I just love to travel.
Oh, okay.
And I
So
just
real
feel
estate.
I think real estate, like I just want to essentially after medicine, just travel and just I don't even know if I would really be as in depth in real estate. I just need to travel. That's it.
Wait, what does real estate have to do with travel?
I know this is what I'm saying, but I would say, for instance, I would just have a reason to go somewhere and just like collect people's rent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you to go visit the sites. I got you. I followed you. You know what? You could just do that. You could do that without owning the buildings.
You can travel, but it's also nice to have some passive income, right?
Yes.
To go and get.
Yes, I got you now. I'm following. Oh my goodness. Dr. Brown, it's been a pleasure to have you on this podcast. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. That's a wrap for today's episode of Unsung. If this inspired you, share it with another NP who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps more NPs find us and fuels the movement. Want to join the largest NP practice network? Learn more about Duet on our website, joinduet.com. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and proving what NPs can do.